I am back for another video, and today we're going to talk about perception. How everyone views things differently, and there's no right or wrong.
Love, joy and happiness. Tao yêu nhau đắm say trong vòng tay đắm đuối.
Hey guys, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me, and if you haven't done so already, please press the subscribe button and the like button for more videos. So today, I want to talk about perception. All the arguments online, social media, and I've come to the conclusion that we as humans in our personal journey and experience, we all have different perception. What is perception? To me, perception is when the same information comes through, but two people process that information differently. And they process it based on their personal belief system, their life experience, or maybe the trauma they still hold within. So you can get a piece of information and one person sees it one way, another person sees it as another way. And the ego always wants to be right. So these two people who process the same information is arguing who's right or wrong. There is no right or wrong, because we all have our different viewpoints. And we're basically wasting a lot of energy just fighting right or wrong. Because to me, the analogy would be, we all want to go to the same destination, but we're arguing about how to get there. So we're really wasting our energy, because at the end of the day, we'll still get to our destination, but one person might choose to take the freeway because they don't like their lights. They don't like to stop at the red lights, the green lights, so they'll rather just straight shot on the freeway. While another person doesn't like the freeway. It gives them a little anxiety with the fast moving cars. So they want to take their sweet old time and take the red light, the green light, look at the scenery, maybe get some coffee at the gas station. But they're still going to end up at the same place because they want to be at the same address. So all the arguing that I see going on now is really people's perception of right and wrong. Because the ego really cannot feel that it's wrong. So it's always wanting to be right. And wanting to be right is proving somebody else is wrong. So let me give you an example. Let's say perception of me. So some people in my life have met me different parts and journey and chapters of my life. So everyone I have met is going to have a different perception of me. If you've known me in my 20s, or before I was 20, or my younger days, 20-something years ago, I'm not the same person I am now. I was very much in my ego. I didn't have the awareness that I do now, or the wisdom. I was basically kind of like a doormat, because I was a people pleaser. But I'm not that person anymore. So some people still hold that perception of me, even though now, in my 40s, I'm not the same person. And throughout my journey, there's some people who've met me in my working days, my coworkers or my clients. So they perceive me as a different business person or working-wise, so they see me differently. And then there's a section of my life where I used to be a Vietnamese singer. Yeah, that's me. And it's hard to believe, but yeah, I watched that and I'm like, that was me. But that's a different perception, because a lot of people seeing that information might perceive me as, oh, she's the daughter of a very famous Vietnamese singer. So she must be really rich and really spoiled and entitled. She got a lot of everything handed to her. Because all they see is the makeup, the clothes, and what they want to see. But what if I gave you some more information? What if I told you more about myself to feed that information? Would you perceive me differently? What if I told you that I'm not spoiled? Or this is my truth, I'm not spoiled, or I'm not entitled. And the reason I'm not spoiled and entitled, because I had a very, very tough childhood. Unlike some people who think differently, they probably think, oh, famous singer, money, got everything she wants. But that's not true. I didn't get everything I want because I grew up in an era that was post-war. And so people were just trying to get back on their feet. Families were just trying to survive. So I spent a lot of my childhood alone. I didn't have any grandmothers, grandfathers, there were no cousins, no aunt, no uncles, nothing. And if I gave you more information, where I didn't have a childhood where there was vacations, Christmas, or even birthdays. Now would you have different perception of me now? So what I'm trying to say is, we all perceive things different with the information we get. And now that I give you this information, some people might view it as, oh, I understand her a little better. Or some people might come from a point, oh, poor hoo, boo hoo, you know, poor sob story. So that's my point. And before, when I was in my ego, I would try to prove people wrong or tell people my truth. And I've learned that I'm just wasting my energy doing that. Because you know what? That's your truth. If you want to have that perception, go on right ahead. I'm not going to change your perception of me. Because for me to stand there and change everyone's perception, it will be a waste of my time. I would rather spend my energy making these videos to just wake up the collective consciousness. And whoever takes it, takes it. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. So I think like the world would be in such a better place if we just accept that people are going to take the road that they're going to take. People are going to want to drive the road that they want to drive. And just like any backseat driver, we shouldn't be the one to say, oh, take a left right there because this, or take a right. Well, you're not driving. You're not driving. So whoever's in the driver's seat, sometimes maybe we need to just sit back and let them drive. And if they get stuck in traffic, oh well, you know, because that's the experience they want. I think we're all angry because our free will is being taken away. We want to drive the car, but someone else is always telling us which way to go, always telling us how to perceive things. You got to look at it like this way. You got to look at it like that way. And this, you know that parents do that too. Like parents always want kids to see the same perception, the same things as they do. As a child, you just want to see how things are through your eyes, through your lens, through your experiences. But if someone tells you this is the right way or that's the right way, then you don't even trust yourself. You don't trust your perception. So every video, I want to ask my guides for more clarity. So I'm writing down a question. And I think the one thing I want to know, and maybe the collective wants to know too, and I'm going to write this down. How are we to get along when everyone has different points of view and perception? So that means there's different opinions going around. So how are we to get along? Hey guys, I just finished writing down the message, and let me repeat the question. I wrote down, how are we to all get along when everyone has different points of view and perception? So this was the answer I got. Let me read it to you because it's scribbling a lot to write. My guide said, the way to get along is to let go that your viewpoints, ideas, and beliefs are the right way and the only way. Each soul has an individual journey to know itself better. You cannot know yourself better if you adopt other people's belief in truth and not find your truth on your own. Start giving other people respect by letting them have the space to experience their own journey. Now, you may not like what they want to say or the road that they're going to take or the feelings that they have, but ultimately, it's not up to you. We all need to focus on our own road, our own journey, our course and direction. Just let people be. And as much as it hurts to see others fall in the ditch sometimes, that pain sometimes is the lesson that they need for their personal growth. It could be the soul journey or contract that they came here to learn. So by us always trying to change people's perception, we actually are trying to do a disservice to people by taking their free will away and their journey away to experience their own journey, their own truth. And they signed it love and light. So that's my spirit guide's message to everyone. I love you guys and thank you for watching. And I hope this helps. So next time when we come across somebody who just doesn't have the same viewpoint as us or different perception of somebody, you might have a friend and that person says, oh, don't be friends with her because this person is da 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 da, and says really bad things about that person. But you don't know who this person is. She's a blank slate. But are you going to perceive that person the way your friend perceived them? Why? Why don't you meet that friend yourself and make your own judgment? Have your own perception. So that's what I mean by this world. We're always trying to control and change people's perception because maybe our power comes from numbers. We get our strength by controlling other people's thoughts. Maybe it's time to have our own thoughts, have our own truth. Find it for ourselves. So no one's going to make me perceive anything different because it's going to be my truth until I get information or experience that will change it differently. And it's going to be my journey. So I wish everyone well. I wish everyone their journey. And I love you guys all.
Love, joy and happiness. Tạo yêu nhau đắm say trong vòng tay đắm